another fan controller to give away, which we'll give away either after this game or at the next, after this match, probably. So we'll see how it goes. How is the server?
9 in. Still no one taking an active hand just now. I've got a celebrity caster if you want to bring in and take a break at any point, Clay, or if I want to get
someone
out
wants
and take a break.
someone wants to come in. You want me to just work the camera?
No, it could be you or me, depending on who needs a break. We've done so many matches today.
Who is this C-Lub?
It is one Van Silly.
Oh, Van
Our
Silly.
good buddy Alex is on hand, ready to contribute should we need him, and I can hear it in both our voices.
He's a nice guy.
Yeah, he is.
They want a 3-man cast. That'd be wild.
3-man cast, like Monday Night Football before this year.
There'd be no coverage of what's going on because everyone just talking about what they think.
All right. We can definitely do that. Alternate 3 rounds, just like me, you, Vance, me, you, Vance.
If you want, spice it up.
Turning off my camera, Clay.
Go right ahead.
At him.
Give the man the IP. Oh, you all tabbed me. That's all right.
Excuse me. Sorry.
Oh man, the audience is angry for a 3-man cast.
3-man cast or a riot. Alex, you there?
This thing on?
You're on now. Welcome to the cast, friend. I don't think we've ever done this before, but we can just alternate.
Yeah, I'm down with that, actually. It'll be fun. I mean, you guys have been doing a great job all day today, so why not continue, right? You guys
Right.
still have
Thank
some
you,
energy.
sir.
So,
You guys still look good-looking, like good-looking studs on the stream.
Oh yeah.
speaking of studs, how was your gym run?
Man, I haven't even had a chance to do it yet because I was watching the WCS. I'm a huge StarCraft fan too, to be able to watch the esports. So I was watching this stream, watching WCS, decided to lay on my bed, fell asleep. It's gonna have to be tomorrow morning, man.
Sounds like some dedicated gym going.
Oh yeah, the life of a dedicated gymmer when he's a huge video game player too. It's always great.
All right. So I don't know how in and out you've been, but U5 it looks like has lost the first map to Upstart ESEA main team and Cibo main team Armata. They are playing map 2 of a best of 3 on Dust 2. It is of course the Cibo rules and the CompLexity 10th anniversary tournament. Any other information you need?
No, that's all I need because I think pistol round's on the way. So I'll let you guys take it over.
All right, let's go. Me, Clay, you. That alternate.
Sure.
All right, here we go. I am back in. I'm on Chosen. Auto D will tell me who to go to. Or Clay, you can just tell me who you're on.
No, I'm on Auto D right now, so go for it.
Moses sitting at the cross waiting for someone to come through. Notice that there are no nades right here for this retake. The CTs will just be storming in sans any sort of help. They have a couple of flashes and everybody's alive. It was a full-on stack. It looks like towards one side and nobody even crossed paths with each other. So there's about to be mass bloodshed here. 3 down, 4 down, 5 down. That was quick. Fraud takes 3. That was beautiful and also deadly. I got to tell you, Clay, when that happened and I looked up to start casting, I was like, everyone's still alive and the bomb's planted?
Yeah, it was a little surprising, but I mean, good stacked by by U5 right there. 2 men in the goose position and 3 men over at that long A area over by the cross, and they just annihilated Armata as they came out from Cat, which was a little bit unfortunate, but they pick up that round, and that should generate them at least 2 more. So looking at Fraud with an ACAM guy, I actually go to his perspective, see if he could get anything going through this pick through the door, but it looks to be a little bit too late for that. So looking at the map, we see 3 members of U5 hanging out in B tunnels. XP3 looks like he's going in, so now I'm on his perspective. He does. No! Wow, Fugly responds, picking up a gun, but Stormy does respond as well, and that's going to be an even trade. And now the rotate. Look at the quick rotate. We talked about that on Cash, and they are doing it again on Dust 2. Armada seems to be quickly rotating, and U5 is adjusting. They're going to be moving towards A now. Fraud leading up on Cat. Picks up, had the chance to pick up Foe King. Finishes it off, and now that leaves Chosen and Romulus. Chosen only 4 health. I don't think he's going to be much use here.
U5's caught on. You can tell that they were just moving back and forth. And as the funny thing about Dust 2 is when you cross over mid, you can see them over rotating. And Storm ran past, saw two people. They've got the idea. They know Armata rotates real fast.
At the same time, though, Clubs called it out. They had a chance to be able to catch him off guard as well. You saw Doom towards lower B, had that first shot onto Storm, who was actually still looking towards that mid double doors and wasn't able to connect. I like the positioning by Fugly as well inside the B site, where he was just playing the angle by the car. He saw actually XP3 move into the site, but you know, he had to pick fast because they actually had three guys lined up. He can't play that patient game to let the guys cross over and then for him to try to get 3 shots with the P250 because the closet is an obvious spot for him to hold towards B. So it was some good trades going on, a decent save, a 2-0 score overall in favor of U5. We're pushing aggressively for the CT side again in this round, and they've already were able to pick out frauds at the beginning of the round. So we have a 5-on-4 situation. You can see from the minimap, 5 of them are already all over middle. So this gives the opening right now for XP3 and crew to plan at the A site, but at the same time, you still have Storm with this Galil in the back of spawn, and he's going to get targeted for sure because he gave away his position there by taking on Alone, or also known as Chosen in this game.
Oh no.
And now he's going to be flanked at the same time by Fugly with the AK-47 that they picked up at the beginning of the round. Meanwhile, we're holding our grounds at the A site. 2 of them have been dropped here by the Catwalk and also by CT Spawn, so now it's all going to be up to Fugly because actually Storm did get some backup here from his team to stay alive with the Galil. And you know what? I think they're going to try to hunt him down. Storm, I think, knows that Fugly is all the way at spawn. Yeah, because they're all over the map. All angles have been covered. The bomb is going to go off. The score's going to be 3-0, and they're trying to get this fry, but Fugly, you know, he's been on fire with these sprays and these turnarounds in long range, though.
How did that?
Oh, yeah. I think I saw, like, the heel of his boot.
Yeah, you can kind of see his knee pad and maybe the tip of his foot. That was just enough, and I think everybody kind of knew where he was. It's a point of pride not to have 3 people get taken out on exits, though, so they hunted him down. 3-0 and the ecos are done. We have all rifles for Armata. They're not really emphasizing the op in this, and this surprises me a little bit because op is typically one of the featured weapons on a map like Dust 2, but, you know, to each their own, and Armata has fared well against United 5 thus far. 3 nades into B tunnels to prevent anyone from pushing through. Mid-control, the call of this particular play. 7, 9, and 0. That's XP3, Moses, and Warden charged with holding mid. By the way, Chosen has pushed up to the... No, never mind, I'll get back to that in a second. XP3 pushing through, sprayed down through CT spawn, and did quite a bunch of damage to the man who was waiting on the other side of the smoke. Here's the Lurk. Warden doing absolute work. Doom had no chance. They have to cross through a wall of smoke to even attempt the retake with 2 men facing off against a bomb site full of 5. They're not even going to try it. Vance, I want to get your opinion on this one. They have absolutely no op-in. Armata for 2 full maps now. Maybe you weren't here for the first one, but they are capable of it, and they're just not trying it. It's a little bit strange to us because both teams are not using their ops.
Yeah, I find it strange as well. I mean, I think I saw Fraud trying to up on Cash the map before as well, and it's been like this in the past as well, where we haven't seen Fraud opping in general. If there has been an opper for United 5, it's been XP3 with an auto sniper or with an AWP or even 2-op setup. But in this type of game, especially on a map like Dust 2, it comes down, maybe it's good to have an op towards long A or towards B,
right.
But these guys so far are playing at a very aggressive game on the CT side. So you gotta focus more with AK-47, or should I say M4s, because I'm looking at Alone's AK.
Yeah.
But it's all about the trades now if you're gonna play an aggressive CT side. That doesn't seem to be working so far though for this Armata team.
No, it's gonna break your heart, Clay. You're not gonna see too many ops, but you will see the rest of this round, so go for it.
Yeah, I do love to see ops, especially on Dust 2. The flash onto Cat and Fraud, and Moses are able to pick up 1 to push from Doom. Chosen is actually going to be caught out here onto the Catwalk as well. And like you said, they're being aggressive even on these eco rounds, and it's not working out for him. Moses picks up another one in Foking, and that's going to leave Romulus as the last one alive. And he's going to try and get not an exit kill, but just get a kill for himself, force any rebuys as he can. Unfortunately, not the case, and that's going to make it 5-0 now for U5.
What I actually like about this map today when it comes to CSGO is the strats. It's all about the pickoff games now. You have a few guys in tunnels, you have a few guys that are going to try to make a trade out long, but in general, it's all about, okay, how many numbers do we have left on T side to try to go for a mid to B split if it's going to be a slow play. There's a lot of mid to B splits because the smokes are so effective in this game now. It's impossible for operas to see if you have an opera like Doom is offing right now at middle, and he gets to kill into Warden though. But just to end what I was trying to say, usually if anybody's going to try to cross towards B in 1.6, the opera is going to come back at the cross at long, and he's going to be able to see through the smoke and get the op shots. But now it's so effective, as you can see the smoke right now, but it's actually a fake here for these guys to work up on catwalk. We actually do have Fraud at the point trying to go 1 versus 1 here against Doom, who rotated back at the car, but he's going to say, okay, screw that, I'm going to fall back with my teammate Lalonde, but they're going to actually get shot by Storm at the same time. So it's across all around the area. Doom, meanwhile, is still looking on the top of the catwalk, though, and finally the trade comes in and by XP3. So we do have now a 4-on-3 situation. We have Romulus and Fugly getting ready to rotate through the double doors as well. Vulcan walking up and then running up the ramp as soon as his bomb is planted. A trade comes in there. And now finally Storm gets picked off, leaving Moses the last man standing. Storm was trying to help him out there at long. Moses was pinned inside the goose, and there was nothing he could do. 2 guys moving up from catwalk. Lalonde moving in from long. But at least to get a bomb plan down. And also, at least Armata breaks the ice here on this second map.
A strange statistical anomaly just happened. We had a couple of players from U5 set up a smoke that bounced off the skybox, bounced once off the top of the railing above CT spawn, and drop onto the CT ramp, effectively blocking off a retake possibility from there. You'd think that that would prevent anyone from pushing through, but that actually spurred Foking into action, delivered a kill during the bomb plant, and everyone else came through alternate routes. You'd think that because one spot was cleared off, U5 would have an easier time cleaning that one up, but they lost. They lost in brutal fashion. They're losing mostly everybody to just a really well-coordinated take there. Doom steps out at Cat, an aggressive push. Fraud eats all of that one. That's about 470 damage with a headshot and off. Correct me if I'm wrong. Their flash over the top for Moses will blind anyone behind the door, but they will, that is, Fokang will back out into CT spawn and allow himself to have his eyeballs heal just a little bit. 4 T's left. They're bunched up in mid, and this metagame is suited for just that. They want the personnel matchup. They want to outnumber their opponents. That alternate route there was actually unconventional. They went, smoked off CT spawn, went to do probably what was a mind trick and actually run through the smoke into CT spawn, thinking that nobody would be prepared. But unfortunately, XP3 and Moses found that Foking was there and waiting. So we have Storm by himself. I'd have to say that there have been some unusual high-end meta tricks that U5 has pulled out of the books just recently in these last 2 rounds, but they've kind of blown up on themselves.
Yeah, like Vancilla was saying, you know, we see pretty much the smoke to CT spawn and then, you know, 3-2 pinch to B a lot lately, and I think that U5 is trying to exploit that. You know, they keep putting smokes down at CT spawn, trying to sell that they're going to go to B, do a split, but instead they're trying different things. We saw them, you know, work A last time, and they were essentially doing the same thing this time, except they were going to try to go through CT spawn, but, you know, some flashes from the counter terrorists kind of ruined their party right there. And, yeah, I think it was a good effort, though. So, take a look at the map. We see 4 members of U5 heading towards the B tunnels. Warden is going to be hanging out at the palm tree in mid, or what used to be the palm tree. And they are just working their picks once again. So, the members in lower B are actually looking for that cat push once again. We saw it from Doom last round right there, and he actually got a nice kill from it. So they are being very cautious of it, and it looks like they're committing to the 3-2 split to B. Romulus is on the defense over in the mid area. He picks up 1, and his oh man, Moses' teammate XP3 was looking towards CT spawn, expecting the push, kind of caught him off guard as Romulus was able to get the kill, but they do get the site. They're going to get the bomb planted, and now it's going to be a 2 versus 3 retake. XP3 with only 16 health, and this nade wasn't going to be the one because XP3 looks like he's already left the B tunnels, and he's playing a more passive approach. So Chosen coming in from the window, and Doom coming in from the doorway. It's going to be a 2 versus 2 retake, as we see the number 7 man is actually quite a bit away. Warden takes down Chosen, and Doom's about to get sprayed down right here. Fraud committing, gets the kill. That's going to be the round for U5.
Yeah, and that's what I said. This mid to B split is very common at UC and does too right now. And at the same time, the advantage is as long as you're trying to go for this mid to B split, and you're going for trades, as long as T side you have one guy alive left out of that trade, like a 1 minute advantage, is a good thing right now for any terrorist team. In this case, they actually had 3 guys alive, and 3 guys is plenty for what you need. 1 guy watching the door, 1 guy watching the window, 1 guy falling back into tunnels like they did, so they have all angles covered. And it was just for them to play the angles and see the guys peek out first, and they did get the advantage out of that. Now another aggressive play coming in here as Fugly pushed down towards B, and also inside B tunnels was his teammate. They both got picked off. Now they're going to try to work towards this B bomb side right now. 14 United 5. We already have 1 guy which is going to be poking inside the window area while Doom is on a rotation. Warden was trying to watch back towards that flank, but he gets picked off, so we're back to a 3-on-3 situation. Bomb has been planted. All 3 of them are coming in through the double doors and also through window. And Foking's not waiting for his teammates, and that was the cause of their demise. They didn't wait for any simultaneous push and just walked in 1 by 1, especially when that smoke came in at that double doors at B. There's really nothing you could do. You just run in blindly and get dominated.
Now, this is the sort of thing that we're seeing from a team who's much more experienced, much more comfortable on this map. They're running over with just pure aggression, not a lot of subtlety for this Armata team, and they're getting bowled over. There is something to be said about a T side being a little bit more lopsided, more advantageous for the terrorists, but for the most part, this is a completely different look than what we saw on Cash. This is a completely different comfort level, and Storm is about to deliver a triple eco round or not. Impressive still. 2 left, both at B, Romulus and Fugly. There is very little in terms of subtlety. After they tried their 2 little trick plays and it delivered a couple rounds to Armata, they've decided stick with the basics. Stick with our split, smoke off where we're supposed to smoke off, and run over them, because there's not that intimidation where we can get outshot 1-to-1 right now, not at least on Dust 2, where the comfort level is clearly different than it was on Cash.
You know, I just want to add that they got to be so mad right now because Moses somehow is still inside T-spawn. They probably had 3 question marks above their corpses as they died from Moses there. Like, why the F-bomb is he still there?
Yeah, Brandon, like you were saying, I think they definitely, U5, Cash might not be their map. They would look to be struggling not only in this this last game that we did, but also the previous match against All Your Bases online, which, you know, that was actually a close game, and then, you know, they took it and they were able to close it out on the second map there. So, but, you know, Dust 2, the equalizer, everyone is familiar with it. Everyone knows what they're doing for the most part on Dust 2. So I would expect Armata to be putting up somewhat of a better fight here as well. Either way, it's 8-2, and it is going to be a buy round. Doom has an op, and he was working mid, but he's actually backed up and headed towards that long A position, and he's going to be watching Cat. Oh no, he won't be watching Cat because Foking. We have a push here. Foking and Chosen are up on Cat. Warden gets a dink there. Can't finish the kill. XP3 found a kill for himself. Romulus exchanging 1, so now it's 4v4, and the terrorists have worked towards long A. Fraud's going to be coming around the corner. Oh, he has Doom right in his sights. That is so unfortunate. The smokes go down for the cross, and they should be able to get into this site no problem now. Foking is up already on the T ramp there going towards A. And the nades going to Cat are very strong, doing a lot of damage to Chosen. There's a touchdown, and Foking is still stopped because that smoke finally comes out. Almost got a kill right there. Stormy finishes him off, and now it's going to leave Romulus on a 1-versus-4 retake, and he wants nothing to do with it.
Did Doom get picked off because he wasn't looking because he was going to rotate to B? Were they able to sell that fake?
That's exactly it.
Yeah.
So it came down to that. I mean, XP3 also got that opening kill when he was actually smoking for a spawn and running in through the double doors. What I find interesting about that, though, is that they actually had 2 guys play aggressively on Catwalk. They went for a boost at the beginning of the round. What puzzles me is that when this trade happened at middle, both of them decide to fall back instead of push forward and attempt to go for a flank just in case. I don't know what type of aggressive play came in there for Team Armata there. What do you guys think?
There's definitely something to be said about that. I think when you're getting continuously punished for pushing because they have tried a little bit, they became a little bit more tentative, and that sort of conditioning forced, or at least told them not to do it, which would have been the smart thing for us to do with X-ray vision. By the way, I'm taking your round over. Go for this.
No worries. We had a same round going in inside this B-bomb, so they had 5-guy crossover, but 1 guy was still at middle, saw this 5-man push, and then Doom was by himself. LMS trying to make his way towards the lower B tunnels. At least he got a kill. He actually got 2 kills out of that one, which was okay, but, you know, the counter-terrorist team, Team Armata, keeps playing a very aggressive game, but at the same time, I think this is what United 5 likes, because they're able to pick them off from angles first, and at the same time, whenever we get these gun rounds, these guys are playing even more aggressively, in my opinion.
They certainly are. We have a mid picker coming through T-spawn. XP3 will be waiting for the cross. There is at least Foking staying on the left side, so he's preventing himself from doing any damage. This is the 2-1-2, no, not the 3-1-1 that we're typically seeing with one person at the goose waiting to rotate down. This is because they've understood that the current meta is, as exactly as you said, they're going to be smoking out CT spawn, trying to pinch or clamp down onto B. They need more people to respond there, and as a result, U5 has adjusted. There is a quick scope or a no scope. I didn't quite see it. Doom brings down Warden, who was right in his face. 2 left for the terrorist team, Fraud and Storm. Clave, this is where my prediction comes through, and Fraud has some epic clutch, but this round, you know, realistically, I understand. It's going to be... Oh, never mind. Fraud lands one, could land another one. I was going to say realistically is already an Armata round where they can start building toward that 5-round threshold. But maybe the old CompLexity glory comes back here. No bomb plant yet because the bomb is out of their reach. Down at Catwalk, they'll be forcing their way down there. A smoke to bring down at least one. Another brought down. Storm has one. He knows exactly where Foking is. He's down in that cubby below the stairs. He's
nice
got
smoke, Foking.
Yeah, exactly. It comes back right in his eyes. I don't know if this works to his advantage later, because he actually became the object of his attention, fixated on that particular point, and Fugly, of course, baited him, came out, sprayed down the Storm pusher. So another round, like we said, yeah, another round, Clay, for Armata. They're going to try to aim for that 10-5 split, but there's so much money on the field, and U5 is looking so strong that this may be a lopsided half.
Yeah, it definitely looks like it's going to turn out to be that way, but we see the op from Doom still in effect. He tries to get the pick in mid, not coming up with anything, and looks like it's going to be a strong push at long A for U5. They had XP3 go for the quick pick. He didn't see anything, so now they're going to try and take advantage of this. The defenders is Chosen and Foking, and they're walking right up. Fraud goes down quickly, and they respawn. XP3 gets that kill, and now it's up to Foking. He actually retreats back to CT spawn and lets the team know, hey, I just saw all 5 guys over there. We need to get rotating, but U5 is not going to fully commit, and I think that's smart. Going to leave one in the pit. I believe that should be the Opper, since he has the advantage being that far away on the engagement, trying to get a quick pick. And you see 2 members on the minimap are actually rotating towards B tunnels, and all of Armata for the most part has rotated either to mid or to the catwalk. So I think they realize that they aren't going to be fully committing here to A, so they send one back towards B. That's going to be Doom with the op. And he might actually get a pick or 2 here if these guys in the tunnels do get aggressive and try to get into the site.
He should.
So Doom, he had the chance, misses. He had 2 chances. There you go. He finally gets it on the 3rd, and he's trying to get this second one, Moses. But as this is going on, it's a great distraction for U5. Moses gets the kill. He could get a second one, but the bomb is going towards A. The number 4 man, Romulus, is aware of this, and he's in the site. Good spot. They didn't know he was there. He had the drop on the Storm. He couldn't just get the kill. What's that?
Had them both lined up there for that cross.
Yeah, yep. Oh, man. So the bomb is going to get planted, and Romulus just unfortunately had the best circumstance but couldn't finish it up. And, I mean, this retake is still very possible.
Oh, my God.
Doom with the big op shot. XP3 is in long, though. He's in a good position to defend this bomb. Gets the opper. Exactly what he needed to do. And now Fugly is this is going to be difficult for him to try to defuse.
Definitely should be XP3's round there.
Yep, and it looks to be that way. Fugly is saying, I can't win against this offer in the pit. I'm going to go save my gun. And that's going to be 10-3 now.
Little interjection. When you're playing an experienced opper, don't sit in the crease on the bomb site, because the crease between the 2 boxes is where everybody spams.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And actually 11-3, my correction, sorry.
Yeah, so we're going to move to down to the last round of the first half. Also, if you guys just tuned in, Armata won the first rep on Cash in overtime against United 5, who seems to have a slump, I guess, on this map once they lost 16-0 against iBuyPower in the past in another league. But nonetheless, a pick through the double doors is going to hit Romulus down. And look at that! Throw with a 2-shot through the door, headshot onto Doom. Peace out, as it was a mixed fight going on here for the CT side. An aggressive push on the catwalk as Warden also gets another kill there. Man, these guys are spraying Armata's blood over the walls. They're looking to get a flawless victory here with Chosen Lalonde, the last man standing, getting the first headshot for the team. And he's also going to be the last man standing, taking his weapon of choice, the AK-47 over the M4. And he's actually going to flash himself. He tried to go for an aggressive push through the double doors and try to get maybe 1 or 2 more kills, but he's going to get dispatched, and that's getting the first out 12-3. If there's one thing I could talk about, just not this gun round, but the gun round before, when they went for that trade and walking at long through that smoke, I'm surprised that they actually decide to fall back and split up and sell a fake. I think, if anything, they already had the first trade. You had those 2 guys walking slowly towards long. They were still at the cross, right, at the car. Knowing that, they should know that the guy on catwalk is probably playing or more aggressively on cat, or even playing where they're going for a 2-1-2 split on the CT side. So I think they should have just smoked and crossed over after, especially when Armata went for a double op setup on that round before. So
yeah, no questions there. I caught that one too. It got me a little bit confused as well. You're watching CVOTE TV. This is the CompLexity 10th anniversary tournament brought to you by CompLexity, Sound Blaster, and of course CVO. You of course are listening to Continent Clops and our very special guest, Van Silly. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the second half. This is the pistol round, and Doom is now scaling back toward Palm. We've got a couple of counter-terrorists stacked up at Cat, hoping to have found an aggressive gamble that would have paid off for them, but the T's have called their bluff. Armata has pushed up long. CT's firing through smoke, hoping to get a lucky shot. Warden has dropped the bomb on the floor, and Foking recovers. Warden pursues, has the bomb at his feet, turns around at the wrong time. It's down to a 2-on-2. Doom and Fugly face off against XP3 and Storm. First shots exchanged there. Storm gets one, is at the ramp, has to face Doom, who jumps off the top of the railing. He's going to go back around, has a flash in his eyes, remains unflashed. Storm attacks, can't finish off the round. 25 health apiece, and no one can find each other. Doom still fighting and finally succumbs to his wounds. XP3 finishes that one off. I thought for a second he was going for the epic clutch.
It certainly looked that way. He had some trouble finishing off the kills right there. The Glock nerf damage being a little stubborn right there.
A little.
Yeah, so 13-3. Armata was able to. No, yeah, they were able to get that round, right? Yes. No, I'm crazy. Sorry. It was U5 doing a great job on the defense. I don't know what I'm thinking. But they are going to be able to buy and most likely come out with 2 more. Ooh, wow. The push from Fugly gets met with some nades and a little bit of Fama spray right there. And look at this. XP3 going beast mode, taking 2 down. There's Moses to follow up. Foking, the last one alive, and he's still trying to just get some kills here. Force some revives, but Moses whips out the pistol, finishes him off 14-3.
So let me ask a real good question here. In about maybe 2 rounds, are we going to change map suddenly?
You mean right now?
Like right now.
Yeah.
And if that's the case, I think the tiebreaker map is going to be Inferno, which I think will put a huge smile on United 5's faces, because it's their favorite map, it's their best map, and they're probably going to try to even seal the deal even more in that third map. I mean, you've seen their differences of play so far for United 5 from Cash to what you see now on Dust 2. Meanwhile, we do have an aggressive push for this CT side here. XP3, like I said, they're so confident right now in the second half. They're pushing up on Catwalk at the same time, and not even second half, the second map, as they already have now make that a 4-on-2 situation, 4-on-1, as they got a trade happening outside of T-spawn, leaving Fugly, the last man standing, with a UMP to try to win this, and he's going to get dispatched here by Fraud at Dark Spot. With that FAMAS, he's going to be able to pick an AK-47 out of that. Looking at the money situation, they're going to be forced on possibly a full armor P250 save, or buy, should I say, if they want to try to go for a tie, because it is game point right now for United 5.
We're all holding our breaths here, hoping that we don't lose this final round. The superlatives need to be handed out to everyone. Look at Storm, 18-8, 17-8 for Fraud, XP3 at a 14. Everybody doing fantastic. And U5 has hit their stride on maps that they're fully comfortable with here. Skyflash used to blind the person at long, goes a little bit awry after hitting what looked to be a telephone pole. Yeah, a couple flashes over will allow Armata to enter in. Those cascaded flashes will make it difficult to flick away and not flick back without being blinded. So they understand that this is a full-on move. They've got at least 3 here, but the number of flashes. Broad steps out, has 2, gets traded out. Doom takes him down. Moses still in the pit, fighting for his life. Our number 9 man is below and blind, has 1 jumping down. The Batman dive successful for Voking. 2 on 3. AK and Galil facing Famas and 2 M4s. Nobody really can see each other because the smoke is blinding them now. We gotta wonder, you're thinking now we've got a stalemate. We had a bunch of trades. Wasn't the way we wanted it to go, but we have an opportunity. Oh my lord. Hold the phone. Warden has no idea how he just died. He's upset and he's gonna go smoke a cig. 2 on 2. Voking, Doom, XP3, Storm, and this is a big reset here. Nobody knows where anyone is, not until XP3 just located him, so they had to spread out, and these 2 counter-terrorists that are spread out can be picked on. They can be overloaded with multiple fighters, multiple terrorists in their face, so they're going to have to clamp down quick because Storm needs a little bit of help, and XP3, being the veteran that he is there to help. He understands exactly what's happened. A flash from Storm allowed XP3 to peek. His teamwork allowed him to get a kill. It's down to a 1-on-1. XP3
Love
on
those simultaneous trades. Sorry.
Absolutely, and the way it happened was very, very high level. Good coordination. Down to a 1-on-1. Doom has the bomb. XP3 has time to think, but he's already got sort of the concept of what's going on. He's thinking, does he circle back around? Does he have enough time? We know now, and now that he heard it, the bomb is planted. XP3 will challenge the door. Look to the window. Doom is approaching the door. Here's the confrontation. There's a kill. XP3 cleans it up. This is the end of the game. It will be 16-3, and we saw all of it.
That's amazing.
That's amazing.
I just gotta say that flash by Warden over there at Long A was freaking awesome. He bounced it through the crack there in that little, that where that wall is, and just bounced it off the roof there down into the group of terrorists, and then him and I believe it was Warden. Not Warden, maybe not. I don't remember.
It was fraud.
It was fraud. Yeah,
Moses.
They were just in the pit doing work on those terrorists, completely stopping their rush and shut them down really, really hard.
Yep, it absolutely was. It blew me away that so many little nuances happened in all one round here. Now I'm wondering what the next map is. The teams will obviously decide. So let's go back to our lobby. And now that standard terrorist counter flash. Everybody's like, well, we see that all the time. We throw the flash and rebound it off the ceiling of the terrace. It was
still a beauty.
It was a beauty. First of all, executing it under pressure is harder, and executing it with T's on the other side of the wall that you can hear takes some serious cojones. We actually don't know the tie-breaking map yet. DMF 21.
Let me just unmute my Bumble and see if anybody's talking.
Sure. I think it will be Inferno, like Vansili reference, but we'll see.